British Airways says European carriers are seeking state aid now to cover the $300 million a day in lost revenue due to the volcanic eruption. Helane Becker is a top-rated transport analyst with Jesup Lamont, and she says a European airline bankruptcy is not out of the realm of possibility. We're pleased to have her join us now with more. Welcome to you, Helane. It's great to see you again. So this is one stubborn cloud of volcanic ash. It was supposed to be a 1 or 2 day event, but it's stretching out of 5 days.
I know. That's how we were treating it initially. We were saying, oh, it's no worse than a snowstorm here in the United States, and now it's got just keeps going on and on. It seems like it's never ending, and there were talks over the weekend that, you know, this could go on for a year, and obviously you can't shut down airspace for a year all over Europe. So Southern Europe seems to be okay. A lot of flights are getting out to Rome, Dubai, Mumbai. Of course, Asia Pacific is fine. It's just that little strand of Northern Europe that's really under a cloud.
No pun intended, but literally, yes. So the damage figures right now, or the lost business figures, are in the hundreds of millions of U.S. dollars. In our introduction to you said that bankruptcy is not out of the realm of possibility. So how big of a threat is that right now, and what company specifically are you concerned about?
Right. So yeah, we're estimating it's $1 billion minimum for the passenger carriers.
Wow.
And then we haven't even really talked about freight, because obviously a lot of freight isn't getting through either. For example, the ports in Dubai have virtually shut down to European freight at this point in time. I mean, obviously stuff can go on the ocean, but you really need to get the high-value goods delivered by air. So that's an issue now. In terms of bankruptcy, it's the smaller European airlines that we're concerned about, not so much the larger European airlines that, you know, have deep pockets.
I want to pick up on the story of the freight. This is a sidebar here because the freight demand has been growing, and that's really a good signal, a good economic barometer, if you will, correct?
Yes, exactly. UPS pre-released earnings last week and, you know, talked about 71 cents for the first quarter instead of the 57 to 59 that analysts were looking for. So, yeah, that's been a big first quarter story.
All right, so let's talk about the U.S. carriers business. We're starting to hear the U.S.-based airlines report earnings. Delta comes out this morning. It's very clear here to point out that these damages caused by the ash cloud will hit in the second quarter. So the first quarter, the story is, did these airlines rebound, especially in the business class sector, from the post-financial crisis? So what are you anticipating?
Exactly. So we're looking at pretty much better first quarter results on a year-on-year basis across the board for all the airlines. And as you point out, this is a second quarter event. We're treating this as snowstorms the way we treated February, for example. There were negative impacts. I think we wound up estimating the whole impact of the snowstorms and the airport closures in the $200 to $300 range, $200 to $300 million range when all was said and done. So, you know, in terms of first quarter, good top line numbers, kind of partially offset by higher fuel costs because not everybody was fully hedged in the first quarter, and strong international premium demand.
Consolidations, we understand United has put merger talks with U.S. Airways on hold instead to focus on a tie-up with Continental. How do you see this one ultimately ending up?
Yeah, so we think there's a 100% chance there's a deal sometime this year. And, you know, we like the Continental United tie-up a little better than we like the U.S. Airways United tie-up. So we eventually see that, but that's a 2011 event. Even if a deal was announced today, it would take 4 to 6 months to get through regulatory approvals anyway, so you're not talking about a merger before 2011.
Helane Becker is an analyst with Jesup Lamont covering the transport industry. Thank you so much for setting us up for airline industries and the continuing impact of this crazy volcanic ash cloud that is stretching into a big event here. Thank you so much once again.